Nakakulong si Lawrence at Valerie sa kwarto ng binata ngayon. His parents were both abroad dahil may business trip din ang inattenda ng papa niya at sumama rin ng mama niya for vacation. Ang kanang kamay ni Valerie marahang dumaustos pataas at bababa sa kanyang katawan. Valerie was naked beside him. 3 araw na si Valerie dito sa condo niya sa Makati. It was summer break at wala sa bahay ang mga magulang niya, kaya nag-stay muna siya sa condo nila for more freedom. Anyway, malapit din doon ang condo ng matalik niyang kaibigan, si Archie, what happens to be Valerie's older brother. He looked at this young, pretty lady beside her. She was just 18, barely out of college, habang senior sa sila ni na Archie at Gael sa elite university pinapasukan. But despite her young age, he did not know why he couldn't resist her. Maybe because she was forbidden? Kapatid si Lawrence sa matalik niyang kaibigan, so he knew nothing could ever come out of this relationship. Ihahatid na kita pa uwi. Gabi na, besides malayo pang bahay ninyo. Umiling si Valerie. Can I just stay here for the night? She pouted and gave him those puppy dog eyes. Those eyes were the sole reason why he was caught up in this mess. His body carved her ever since that night na natikman niya ito. That night was almost a year ago, kaya halos 1 taon na rin ang patagong setup nilang tatlo. But despite that, he still remained firm on his decision na hindi sila maaaring magkaroon ng public relationship o kahit anong official relationship. Archie would kill him if he knew. Valerie, we both know hahanapin ka din na Tita Sarita. 3 araw ka nang di umuwi. They think I'm with Margo. I'll just tell them na nag-decide kaming i-extend ang sleepover. Umiling lang si Lawrence and stood up from the bed to get a towel from the bathroom. Pagkabalik ka sa kama, binigay niya yan kay Valerie. Clean up, Valerie. Ihahatid kita tonight. He firmly said at nagbihis ang damit. He saw the disappointment on her face. Asungit mo? She commented bago tumiretso sa bathroom. Valerie may never say it, but she was always wanting for something more. Something he couldn't give. But she hasn't said anything, kaya nanatili na lang siya ding hindi natahimik. At least he can never have her secret. Valerie breathed heavily na makarating sa tapat ng bahay nila. It was 9 in the evening at ayaw pa sana niyang umuwi, but Lawrence forced her. Good night. Matulog ka na agad. Wika ni Lawrence na nasa driver's seat. Hindi ka man lang bababa? My mom would be happy to see you, she offered. We can have coffee. Valerie, they don't know you were with me. Baka magulat silang inihatid kita. Baka mamaya magsuspecha pa sila. Tutol ni Lawrence, sasahit siya ng dalaga. Then we'll just tell them na sinundo mo ako kina Margo for dinner. Tapos inihatid mo na rin ako pa uwi. Dinner? Anong iisipin nila? That we are together now? That question hurt her. Sa paraan ng pagkakasabi nito, parang ayaw na ayaw nitong malaman ng ibang tao na nagkikita sila. Much more her parents. Sorry, papasok na ako. Para si Valerie sinaksak ng ilang lebes. Sinabi ng banata. Oo nga naman, di nga naman sila. Ano ba bang i-expect niya? They have been like this for a year now, only meeting in secret. Hindi niya po pwedeng ipagsabi sa kaibigan niyang ginagawa niya because a part of her was ashamed of herself. She is sleeping with a childhood friend na crush niya simula ng bata pa sila, but he never is serious enough to ask her out and be in a real relationship with her. However, she couldn't get out of this setup. As much as she wants a real relationship with him, kung ayaw nito wala siya magagawa. Ayaw niyang mawala ito sa buhay niya. So if bed warmer lang talaga siya para dito, then she would take it. Good night. Tipid na paalam ni Lawrence. She nodded and then got out of the car to walk towards their gates. After dropping her off, umalis na rin to. She just sighed before entering. How was Singapore? Balita ko, tayo maraw binili. Tatawa tong wika ni Samantha sa kaibigang si Ashley. Your husband Ryan was complaining to Diego about it yesterday. Tawa lamang sinagot ni Ashley. Well, you know how much I love a beautiful clothing collection. I saw this designer in Singapore. She is Chinese but she has the most beautiful boutique. Napabili ako ng mga 10 gowns from her collection. I also brought you home this. Sarita accepted the box and opened it to see a dainty summer hat. Oh my God, this looks so nice. I also brought one home for your beautiful daughter. Saktong papasok ni Valerie sa living room. Kagagaling lang niyang school for an org project na ino-organize niya. She leads a community organization in school na nagbibigay ng donations sa mga orphans sa iba't ibang orphanage sa Pilipinas. There she is, my beautiful, kind-hearted daughter, Sarita exclaimed. Halika muna dito, Iha. May regalong dala sa iyong Tita Ashley mo. Hi, Tita. Bati ni Valeria sa kaibigan na mama niya, who happens to be Lauren's mother. Iha, paganda ka talaga ng paganda. May boyfriend ka na ba? Tuwang-tuwang tanong nito sa kanya. Po? Wala po, she replied while trying to keep a straight face. Had your Tita Ashley only knew. Valerie was always sneaking in his son's condo to do stuff with him. Naku, dapat mag-boyfriend ka na. 18 ka na, hindi ba? Ang mama mo nga nagpakasal at 18 eh. Suhol pa nito. Gaga ka, Ashley. Well, fixed marriage naman yung amin ng papa niya eh. I don't want my daughter to be forced on anything. Tama ka naman, but anyway, Iha, come here. Take my gift. At inibot ni Ashley sa kanyang isang box. Salamat po. I hope you enjoyed your trip in Singapore and Malaysia. O, alam mo, nag-Malaysia din kami? Gulat na tanong ni Ashley. Lawrence just mentioned he was with Kuya Archie the other day. She quickly answered. Oh my gosh, she almost slipped. Oh, okay. Enjoy it, Iha. Perfect ang regalo ko for the beach. Ngumiti na lang si Valerie bago nagdire-diretso pataas ng kwarto. God, she was tired. Hindi niya ina-expect na nandun pa ang tita Ashley niya. Iniwan niyang box sa study table niya, pati rin ang bag niya, at tumiga kagad sa kama. It was summer break but her org is taking too much of her time. She needs rest. She looked at her phone but still there were no calls from the one person she misses. It has been 3 days since they last saw each other. Bumukas ang pinto niya. She was lying on the bed facing the windows kaya hindi niya nakita kung sinong pumasok. Mom, I'm tired. Saka na tayo magplan ng charity ball mo. She said, assuming that it was her mother. But when the visitor sat on the bed beside her and started kissing her nape, naalarma siya at napaupo bigla. Lawrence? Hey! Nakangiting bati ni Lawrence. It was only her bedside lamp that was open, and the little light coming from there gave off such a sexy vibe for this being who was in front of her. Naka-white t-shirt lang to pero mukhang model ng Abercrombie and Fitch. What are you doing here? Takang-takang tanong ni Valerie. I was with Archie. We were just hanging out. Dale is also here. Nasa balcony lang kami. Wanna join us? Umiling siya. Pagod na kasi ako eh. I had a long day. Lawrence moved closer to him and pinned some stray hair of hers behind her ears. You still look pretty at the end of the day. And he kissed her firmly on the lips. Nang pakawalan siya nito, tinitigan niya to sa mga mata. You haven't cold, he exclaimed and just shrugged. Should I? I mean, I have nothing to say. That broke her heart a little again. But he was quick to make amends as his lips moved down her cheeks to her neck this time. They might look for you, she said, trying her best to push him at tutulan ng binabalak nito. They are both drunk. They think I'm looking for the bathroom, but the truth is I saw you come into the house and I wanted to kiss you right there and then. His hands started roaming inside her shirt now. Our parents are just downstairs, pero hindi pa rin mapigilan to. His lips have started roaming down to her neck, to her chest. Na-unbutton na nitong white polo shirt na suot niya ngayon. God, he was driving her crazy. Anytime now po pwedeng hanapin ang kapatid niya si Lawrence, and I might be found out. Did he even lock her door nang pumasok to kanina? But all those worries disappeared when his hands went inside her skirt. I miss you, babe. He quickly stood up to unzip his pants and pull it down. Let's make it quick, she ordered him. She knew they shouldn't be doing this, but her body couldn't say no to him. Matalino naman siya pero parang natatanga talaga siya kapag di niya nakakausap to. Her mind and her body craves for him at all moments. Nawala sa isip niya na nasa bahay sila at nasa baba lang ang mga magulang nila. Was she really that stupid? That was amazing, he said and kissed her on the lips. You are amazing as ever. Thanks, was all she could say before fixing her top and skirt. I wonder why hindi ka pa nagkaka-boyfriend. Anyone would be lucky to have you. Any man, but you. I haven't met the right one. Tipid na sagot niya. Might he? Lawrence stood up and pulled his pants up again. I'll go back outside. Baka hinahanap nila ako. Take a hot bath. That will relieve the tiredness. And try to sleep early, okay? Tumango na lamang siya. Good night, Valerie. And he left her room as quickly as he came. Napasa pa na lang sa ulo si Valerie. What is this mess she is currently in? After 8 years. Ma, may nagpadala po ng regalo sa baba para daw po sa inyo. Balita ng sekretary ni Valerie pagdating niya ng opisina. She works for her family's foundation now at ngayon, busy siya sa proyektong pagpapatayo ng bahay para sa mahihirap. Thanks, Angel. Just drop it on my table. Mabait na uto si Valerie at pinagpatuloy ang pag-ayos ng article na i-release sa press para sa project. Angel dropped a gift box sa tabi ng laptop niya at lumabas na ng opisina niya. It wasn't her birthday, so who would this be from? May kutob na si Valerie kung kanino galing to, pero ayaw pa rin niyang mag-assume. She picked up the box, pulled the ribbon and unwrapped it. Inside was a black box at pagbukas niya dito isang one-piece lacy lingerie ang nakita niya. Dali-dali niyang kinuha ang card sa loob at tinakloban ulit yon. Hindi magandang makita ng mga tauhan niyang nireregaluhan siya ng mga ganong bagay. She opened the card and read, See you tonight, L.A. The signature was all too familiar, and she dropped the card on the table. How long has it been? 8 years? 8 years na siyang nagpapakatanga sa lalaking to. Yes, she loves him. Bakit ba siya maghihintay na magbago ang isip nito for 8 years kung hindi niya ito sobrang mahal? but still they remain in its setup as they have created since they were in college. Hindi nila alam ni Valerie kung may tatawag sa kanila at nahiya siya aminin sa sarili ko ano nga ba talaga sila. But her love for him grew as time passed by. Bata pa lang sila, he has always been her companion, her protector. Kaibigan to ng kuya niya kaya palagi to nasa bahay nila. And their families were longtime family friends, kaya palagi rin sila nagkikita especially during travels. It all started when they traveled to Europe as a family 9 years ago. Lauren's family was also there. He shared a hotel room with his and her brother, Archie. Her parents and his parents did not mind. For all they know, magkakapatid lang ang tingin nila sa isa't isa. But that night was still as crystal clear as if it was just yesterday. Florence, Italy, 9 years ago. It was 11 o'clock in the evening already pero wala pa rin sina Archie at Lawrence. Mag-isa pa rin sa hotel room niya si Valerie. They were on their 6th day in Europe and Italy ang unang destinasyon nila. They roamed around in Florence the whole day at pinagbigyan naman ng mga wulang nila na humiwalay for dinner ang kapatid niyang si Archie pati si Lawrence. It was a family trip pero kasama din ang pamilya ng mga Arceo. Her dad Raymond and Lawrence's dad Ryan were also longtime friends. Siguradong nasa bar na naglalasing ang kapatid niya, pati na rin si Lawrence. So she decided to take a decent bath at gamitin ang malaking jacuzzi sa CR doon. Siguradong gagawin pa silang dalawa bago makauwi, or better yet, uumagahin na. She knew how sneaky they both were with the girls, so she was replying with a glass of wine inside the jacuzzi. At dala rin ng pagod buong araw, hindi ni Valerie na malayan na napaidlip na para siya ng kaunti. The water was so hot and relaxing na pakiramdam niya, hinihila siya sa pagtulog. Valerie? Her eyes shut open at the sudden intruder. At nakita niyang halos na estatong binata sa harapan niya, looking at her with eyes wide open. She looked at herself and saw na nawala ng bubbles na kanina'y napakarami at nagtatalsikan ang katawan niya. So her bare breasts were visible for Lawrence who was right in front of him. So she screamed at napatayo para lumabas ng jacuzzi at takbay ng towel sa corner. But since her feet were wet, nadulas siya sa mabilis sa paglabas ng jacuzzi. But good thing Lawrence was able to catch her or else mababangasan na maganda niyang mukha. So now she was sprawled naked on top of him. Are you okay, Valerie? Anong ginagawa mo dito? Galit na tanong ni Valerie. You were supposed to be out with Kuya Archie. I'm sorry, I went back early because I was tired already. And Archie was still talking to a random girl in the bar. Pag-amin ni Lawrence. Let go of me. Paalala ni Valerie dito at pilit na tumayo while covering her body. Don't look. Fine, I'm sorry. Akala ko walang tao besides. You did not even lock the door because I thought you were done. She defended herself and stood up carefully to get the towel and quickly wrap it around her body. At nakatulog ako kaya hindi ko rin narinig na bumalik ka na pala. Lawrence was facing the door while talking to her. I'm sorry. Had I known I wouldn't have entered. I'm really sorry, Valerie. Yun lang at lumabas na ito. Pulang-pula ang mukha ni Valerie nang makalabas ang binata. Gosh, he has seen her fully naked. Hiyang-hiya siya sa sarili. Mabilis siyang nagbihis at tiniyo ang buhok. Pagkatapos lumabas siya ng bathroom. She tried her best to pretend that nothing happened just a few minutes ago. The bathroom is free. You can use it. She announced at umupo na sa kama niya. Lawrence was on the sitting area of the suite, watching television. Tumango lang ito at pumasok na sa bathroom. Wow! At ito pang may ganang magalit sa kanya matapos siya nitong silipan kanina. She was fuming with anger when she propped herself on her bed at nagtago na sa ilalim ng duvet. Hindi man lang nagsorry sa kanya. Bago pa makalabas ng bathroom, dumating na rin si Archie at nagunwari na lang siyang tulog. She had enough drama for the day. The next day, wala si Valerie kanang sumama sa trip na nakascheduled for that day. Marahil napagod siya sa walang tigil na tours and trips last 6 days, kaya ako nagkaroon siya ng sipon. Valerie woke up with a head cold at nagpaalam na sa mga magulang na hindi sasama. They were sad to see her stay pero walang magawa ito na makitang di nga maayos ang pakiramdam niya. Her whole family has left the hotel already at namabukas mo na yung pinto ng hotel room niya. You came back? Gulat na tanong ni Valerie na makitang si Lawrence ang pumasok. He just shrugged. You were sick. Walang maghahalaga titingin sa'yo kung mag-isa ka dito. I can just sleep. I just need to rest. Tipid na sagot niya. We can rest together. Wika ni Lawrence. He opened the television across the bed. Pagkatapos sumarap to sa kanya and lifted his hand to her face. What are you doing? Masungit ang tanong ni Valerie. I just wanna feel your forehead. At tinilapat ni Lawrence ang kamay sa noo niya. You're a bit hot. Hindi rin siguro nakabuting nagbabad ka kagabi sa jacuzzi. Oh, that jacuzzi. Think again. Drink this. Uto si Lawrence sa kanya at ilabot ang isang tablet galing sa maleta nito. Okay lang ako, Valerie. I said drink this. She looked at him and saw na seryoso ito kaya kinuha niyang tablet and swallowed it. Lawrence then handed her a glass of water. About yesterday. It was an accident. We don't need to talk about it. Inunahan na ni Valerie to. She just was not comfortable talking about that incident, but she really wanted to hear an apology from him at least. You should learn to lock the door. Paano na lang kung hindi ako nagbukas ng pinto? My brother would not just laugh if it was him. Depensa niya sa sarili. But you are a grown woman, Valerie. Hindi ka na bata. Biglang sigaw ni Lawrence sa kanya na ikinagulat niya. You are 17, for goodness sake. Paano kung lasing na Italianong pumasok dito at nagkamali ng kwartong pinasukan and he saw you, what then? Then I could have just covered myself? Like the hell you will. Men don't just turn around when they see a naked woman. Galit na galit pa rin sigaw ni Lawrence. Don't you understand? You should at least learn to protect yourself now. Your body is. It's not that of a kid's anymore. I know that and I'll be more careful next time. She did not know what else to say. Ibinawa na lang niya ang baso ng tubig sa bedside table. I'm serious. Your security is not something to take lightly. Men can take advantage of your too lax. Stop worrying. Tapos na. It is not as if I was raped or something. It was you, not a stranger. Yes, thank God it was me because a normal man won't be able to stop himself from enjoying you the moment he saw you. Natigilan si Valerie sa sinabi nito. What does he mean by that? Napasalamat siya hindi siya ganun ka-attractive para dito kaya nakontrol niya ang sarili? He stood up and created some distance between them. Steve, if you want, I'll just be right here. It hit a nerve, so she just had to ask. Everyone in school knew she was attractive, so she just couldn't stand the fact that he doesn't see her as much. Don't you find me attractive? Was it because we grew up together? His face turned to her again, in shock. She looked down in pain because he couldn't even answer. Lawrence has always been her childhood crush, pero kahit kailan hindi ni Valerie ito nakita ng interes sa kanya. He has always only ever treated her as a younger sister. If kind of annoyed her sometimes. Lawrence suddenly sat beside her on the bed and lifted her shoulders. You don't know what I felt when I saw you last night, Valerie. I wanted to kiss you so bad and just do anything I want with you. Nagulat si Valerie sa biglang pag-amin nito. And then she saw him gaze at her lips with longing this time around. Before she could even blink, his lips were on hers, kissing her thoroughly like it was the water that he needed. His tongue darted in and out of her mouth, creating circles. It was the first kiss and it instantly sent electricity all throughout her body. What's this feeling? He stopped suddenly and looked at her. Tell me you're okay with this because I will stop if you don't want me to do this. He whispered. Okay lang ako dito at yun ang kanyang unang halik at unang lahat. Kasama nito sa hindi inaasahan. Valerie was in the middle of daydreaming about her first time with Lawrence na biglang nagring ang iPhone niya. Mabilis itong kinuha at nakitang tumatawag si Lawrence. Hey babe. Bati ng kabilang linya. Hey yourself, dito ka ba talaga nagpadala ng regalong ganito? Sa opisina? What if may ibang nagbukas dito? Ano na lang iisipin nila? Medyo inis pang tanong ni Valerie sa binata. Chill, Valerie. Hindi naman siguro nakikialam ang sekretary mo sa personal mong buhay. What's with tonight? Bakit kailangan mo akong makita? Should there be a reason for us to see each other? I just miss you. Masyado ka nang busy. Hindi ka na dumadaan sa kondo. Well, I am starting a new project. Pagdadahilan niya, but in reality, she was really starting to think it's true. It has been 8 years pero kahit kailan hindi ito nagtanong kung gusto ba niyang gawin official ang relationship nila so that she could be his girlfriend finally.